What's up, most excellent friends?
It's Krissy and Nathan from the Most Excellent 80s Movies.
It's the podcast where a filmmaker and a comedian
adventure their way through the 80s movies we think we love,
or might have missed.
Join us this season for a delightful discussion of some 80s gems.
We're doing The Dark Crystal and Purple Rain,
A James Bond Summer,
Superman 2, Fast Times at Ridgemont High,
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Police Academy,
and a bunch more 80s classics you love.
Scroll the back catalog for bangers like Who Framed Roger Rabbit,
The Goonies, Conan the Barbarian, The Breakfast Club, and more.
Plus, don't miss our ratings and deep cut recommendations.
And members get some extra fun chit-chat with the hosts after the show.
Download the Most Excellent 80s Movies podcast today at True Story FM.
Or find it wherever the finest podcasts are stored.
And do remember to keep the Most Excellent 80s Movies podcast motto in mind.
Be excellent to each other and party on, dudes!
Hey everybody, this is Ryan from the New World Pictures podcast, where we're on a mission to watch every movie ever made by New World Pictures. With me as always is Mark.
Every movie?
Every movie!
Every movie? From the Roger Corman cult classics like Battle Beyond the Stars, and the super weird stuff you never even heard of like Eat and Run.
Makes your tongue want to say, hey, it's nice in here.
Yes, Mark, every movie. And Erica.
Every movie?
Yes, Erica, every movie.
Every movie. So we're still talking about Night Zoo.
I've seen it.
And all the bonus stuff too. We're talking things we love, things we hated, favorite scenes, inside jokes. And I know we're not at final questions, but are we still talking about Ryan's research?
I know I am. So check out our website, newworldpicturespodcast.com, or subscribe to the New World Pictures podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. Follow us on the socials, and we'll see you next time at the New World Pictures podcast, proud to be a part of Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Most Excellent 80s Movies podcast. Want to skip those ads and get early access? Become a member at truestory.fm/join and discover all the other great perks that come with it. And welcome to the Most Excellent 80s Movies. It's the podcast where a filmmaker, a comedian, and their fabulous guests scheme their way through the 80s movies we think we love or might have missed with these our modern grown-up eyes to see what we think about them now. And today we're talking about A View to a Kill, a movie selection from 1985 about which Letterboxd says... Has James Bond finally met his match? A newly developed microchip designed by Zorin Industries for the British government that can survive the electromagnetic radiation caused by a nuclear explosion has landed in the hands of the KGB. James Bond must find out how and why. His suspicions soon lead him to big industry leader Max Zorin, who forms a plan to destroy his only competition in Silicon Valley by triggering a massive earthquake in the San Francisco Bay. Which explained to me more about this movie
so now you know what the movie's
gathered
about.
By watching it.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That's not the point of a James Bond movie. Silly.
Yeah, I get it. But, well, we'll talk about it in a minute. I'm Krissy Lenz, one of the directors and performer at the Neighborhood Comedy Theater in downtown Mesa, Arizona.
Oh, I'm Nathan Blackwell, a independent filmmaker with Squishy Studios.
And joining us today, we have a return guest back in action with us on the pod. He is a teacher of wonderful things and a podcaster of amazing things and a enjoyer and extreme knowledge haver of films and a wonderful comedian. Everyone say hi to Jeff Frank.
Hi, Jeff.
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Krissy, Nathan, I am thrilled to be back
in what a career on this podcast is turning
Oh
out
my
to be
gosh.
high highs when I was last here for Clue, a movie that is amazing and timeless, and now to A View to a Kill, which really is the bottom of the James Bond barrel. But I couldn't be happier to be talking at length about this movie, because I have to tell you, when I get on one about this kind of stuff, nobody knows what I'm talking about. So I am thrilled that you guys have also labored your way through this.
Yes, it was a labor. So I've never seen any James Bond other than one Daniel Craig.
Excuse me?
So this
Yes,
is
I'm
Do
coming
you know
in
which
James-
Craig it
totally
was?
new.
This is your second James Bond movie.
The one with Javier Bardem.
Oh, okay.
Well, that was a good one.
Skyfall.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
Skyfall. Yeah.
Was it? I loved it, and I thought Javier
Yeah.
Bardem was wonderful, and I thought Daniel Craig was charming. And I thought it was great, but I've just never seen any of the classic Bonds, so this summer of Bond is really an education for me.
Oh boy, yeah. And what an era of James Bond movies to be looking at, specifically from the 80s, peak
Yeah.
Roger Moore.
It's
Oh,
gonna
boy.
be. I mean, this is like the ripest Roger Moore. It's his final movie.
Oh my god.
But yeah, the 80s, we got lucky because we've got 3 James Bonds during the 80s.
Yes.
We've got
and
Roger
we're
Moore.
gonna explore all of them.
So he laid down the mantle on this one. He and then Timothy Dalton took over. Not
Yes.
Okay.
super popular, although we love the Dalt.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I love him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, and you can kind of see when you look at that timeline, right? I mean, this is his last movie, and very clearly, both from any like background research and from watching the film, Roger Moore is not into what is happening on screen and not putting in a ton of effort here. It is a sleepy performance. He was pretty much done with this thing at this time. And boy, does it show up on screen. So, like, the fact that there's then a break and then we come back with a new Bond kind of makes sense to me. But
Yeah.
here we are.
he
A
had
View to a Kill.
He had a long run. I'm not the greatest expert, but he had like 7 movies, something like that. So he had a pretty good run.
Yeah, and several of them, like, actually, not totally terrible. They kind of veer into the more silly, kind of tongue-in-cheek, like ridiculous kind of stuff
Yes.
that we see like flavors of. But
Right.
boy, it just doesn't work in this particular motion.
well, I'm coming in strong. I'm going to have to disagree.
Whoa.
Ooh.
So having in the James Bond spectrum, this for me, View to a Kill is, I mean, it is straight up as broad as you would imagine, like an Austin Powers movie, but
For sure.
with I think the performances, the characters, specifically the actors, I feel like this one is way more fun than I would say, like, even like I can think of like 6 James Bond movies that are way worse and like groan-tastic, like Pierce Brosnan's last.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would say half of Pierce Brosnan's were kind of rough, but I would say that I wouldn't put this one personally at the bottom. I find this one to be a lot of fun just because of how bonkers it is.
Krissy, where does this rank in the 2 Bond movies you've seen?
It was, to me, of the 2, it is number 2.
Okay,
So it's
fair.
my number 2
Yeah,
Bond movie.
I feel like the serious ones there's serious Bond movies, and then there's kind of like more frolicking Bond movies, and fun tongue-in-cheek ones. And I think Roger Moore and Pierce Brosnan have those, and I think Timothy Dalton, Daniel Craig, and are in the serious camp, and then Sean Connery starts off serious and then kind of becomes camp.
Yeah, for sure.
I
I think
was
you're right
waiting
on.
for the camp. I was like ready for there to be mustache twirling and like all the cliches that I know of, and I really found it not silly enough for my taste. Like even
I think you are confusing it with Austin Powers because this is about as camp as it gets. Now there are ones that are a little more broad, but they kind of go into the more dumb territory.
but where were the gadgets? He used like 2 gadgets.
That's
We
true.
didn't get a gadget
There was
introduction scene.
there was that's true. He didn't have that. They don't all have that. There was a horse microchip that was a micronized microchip that was the size of an entire finger.
All right. We need to.
Yep.
Okay. Can we please step through where this movie goes? Because initially, we are in Siberia.
Yep.
Escaping from the
Snowboarding.
Soviets. Snowboarding.
So that's
Before it was cool.
Before it was cool.
A in the camp category, Krissy.
Great. Then we go to we have microchips.
The first snowboarding in cinema history, by the way.
You know, Graham. Thank goodness. Thank goodness there's something notable for this movie to hang its hat on. Then we go to microchip something electromagnetic radiation proof. Cool. We're going to be talking about computers. We're going to be talking about bombs. This is going to be like some high level stuff. Then I guess we're at a racehorse place the rest of this time.
A racehorse convention.
It's
Yeah.
A racehorse buying thing.
Racehorse place. Yes.
And I blink and you miss it why that connection is there.
Uh-huh.
Then, okay, what are they doing with the horses? It must be something really related to this high-tech stuff, that some money laundering or something. No, they're putting an adrenaline thing in the horses so that they run faster for a little bit. What are we doing here? Okay. Oh, super evil. We have to stop this from happening. But then we don't really stop that from happening.
We don't stop that from happening at all.
We just go to the next part.
I'm not
which is
making
the actual final
it
plan.
is a tightly wound plot. I don't think any of them could be accused of being that.
Well, but I'll tell you this. I went through and I've been kind of ping-ponging around since the summer of Bond. You guys kind of ignited this in me. Like, let me go around. I got to tell you, Dr. No still slaps. That one still...
I agree.
Like, logically goes... It is a spy movie. It starts with spying and going and secrets and gambling and going to this island and
it was
uncovering all of this
at
stuff.
that point that they were still adhering to the book because at that point that's all they had.
And it like works together. This is like I don't know what to follow here.
At this point, they needed to. It's like go home, James Bond. I think you're done for the night. Like
get the showers, bud. Get the showers.
I mean, arguably, I feel like, and it's been a while, but so Sean Connery, was James Bond, and then very briefly he left, and George Lazenby took over, and then Sean Connery came back for one more official one, and then Roger Moore took it up. But he very much quickly became less of a man's man and more of a entertainer / comedian. And I feel like Moonraker, Octopussy, that's as camp as it gets.
Yeah.
And then View to a Kill is there. It's campy, but it's not the plot. I mean, some of the camp comes up just how old he is at this point. And let's make it.
Yeah, I wrote that down. James Bond is old, and I know it was all the
Underline,
sun and all the
underline.
smoking
Circle.
and all the hard living that people tended to do in the 70s and 80s that just ages the skin. But I was I
saw this really interesting thing on the internet that you took like all the people who you thought is like, oh my God, George Wendt was only 38 in Cheers. And then it changed their haircuts. And then it's like, oh, dude, that guy looks like someone I know who's 38 or whatever. So I think style and fashion has a lot to do with it. Now let's make one thing clear: James Bond being in his 50s. First of all, I think we can all agree that a man in his 50s is still prime and important and fantastic.
Virile.
Nathan
Yes.
and Virile. They're so good.
But
Thank goodness.
but also let's
Cruise.
let us exactly. But let us also agree that they get tired easily.
Yeah.
Well, but then also, if they're gonna pursue women who are 20 years old, then it becomes so what are we doing here? I'm watching a sexual predator.
Now, okay, so there's an interesting story about this one in particular. Because this was him at his oldest, and then there's also like an anecdote, which is probably true, where he found out that he was talking to his leading lady, and he found out that he's older than her mom. And he's like, I think I'm probably done. I think it's probably time to go. And so for the longest time, this was kind of the epitome in the James Bond, canon of the disparity of like a woman in her 20s and a man in his late 50s.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the fun fact. Okay. So she passed away, and it turned out that she lied about her age, and she was actually
so she was even younger.
No, she was older. She
Oh.
was 35 when she made that movie, and she lied because they only wanted actresses in their 20s. She just looked really good for her age. So she was 35.
Good for her. She was wearing moisturizer.
Yeah. She was doing the opposite of whatever Roger Moore was doing. So they really pushed each other away.
I feel a woman who is 35 is old enough to make her own decisions.
It's true.
Wise words. I will say, Grace Jones is captivating on screen every minute.
Oh, she's magnetic.
That is the 80s
so
vibe.
Beautiful.
I think she is actually 1 year younger than the lead actress. So
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
she is gorgeous and so glamorous, and like the outfits,
and
the
God
hair,
bless
the
him
makeup.
For totally taking that swing, because she is very unlike any of the other Bond girls. She is Grace Jones. She is her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I believe her when she's fighting. I'm like, Grace Jones is going to kick your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, she towers over
everyone.
Christopher Walken?
Christopher Walken, yeah. When they have their fights, it's like, little guy, let's tumble around.
This is the first time we're mentioning Christopher Walken. So in terms of...
Same with the movie.
Yeah, when I talk about like enjoyable camp, like it's 70% Christopher Walken. Like this movie is worth just the ticket just for Christopher Walken as a James Bond villain.
But I wanted more from him. Like, I wanted more Christopher Walken. I wanted more of his, like, very specific manner of speaking and acting, which I guess he developed later in life, is what I learned.
This is early Christopher Walken. You can't have the full Walken yet.
Or we don't know, because he has, like, 7 lines in the movie. He doesn't have a big speech. He doesn't... address James Bond like beyond a couple of sentences. Like, we just we're not getting our ROI on Walken in here. We need more, there's just not quite enough. It's not built in there.
I agree with Jeff on this one. Sorry, Nathan. I liked Christopher Walken, and I was excited to see him on screen. And I just, especially the one moment that I was like, okay, here we go. Now it's going to get crazy, is when he's taking a machine gun to all the men who are drowning in the mine. And he's just like, giddy. I was like, all right, now he's off.
Don't worry, there's 30 seconds left in the movie. But it is like, that section of the movie is my new explainer for when I need to explain like what capitalism is and how it works functionally. It's like, well, just watch this scene, everybody. Right. We'll see the capitalists gun down the workers.
Yep.
This is how it works.
There was the one part that I found to be what I was expecting from a James Bond movie is when the blimp explodes very slowly inflates.
Uh-huh.
It takes
Out of the little building?
out of the little shed, and a blimp erupts out slowly, filling with air, and then slowly taking away.
Oh, it's
and like
my favorite part. A few moments later, the girl gets suddenly snuck up upon by a blimp.
by a blimp.
By a blimp that you could run away from. That thing isn't Holland. You know what I mean? If a blimp is sneaking up on you, lady, you need to up your situational awareness here.
Yes.
All right?
You're in danger, girl.
How is a blimp snatching you up? What are we doing?
Some of
I
you
did love that
suffer
moment.
from blindness.
Yeah. Do you hear a fan? Do you hear a fan, James? I think it's getting louder. I'm not going to turn around, James. There's a fan, James.
And he's screaming at her, turn around,
Turn
duck,
around.
do anything.
Walk 5 feet the other direction. Get down on the ground. Run a little bit and you will escape the blimp. What? I hear the fan. I hear a fan. Which, and by the way, I honestly, not enough talk about state geologists.
Yeah, it's true. They're out there doing the work.
How much we were in the offices of the California State Bureau of Geology for a Bond movie. The sexiness of Rome, Paris, Macau. No, let's go to a government administration at the state level and really, really up the stakes here, baby. I will also let you know.
To be fair, they did burn it down, though.
They burned it to the ground.
Oh, good, because then we had to escape from the bad guys, the police and firefighters, who apparently James Bond is fighting and tricking and getting away from. Good. Get those bad USA
in the past,
officers.
especially in Roger Moore movies, there is a habit of having these sequences. And there was like a particularly like Southern sheriff in a past like James Bond film where they kind of had a repeat thing, and I think they had him in Diamonds for Forever as well, where they had these comical action chase scenes where he would dupe the police, and you would have these bad, cheesy standard by reaction shots of this, and I felt like it worked really well for them the first time around, and then they kept trying to bring that gag back. And I feel like this is like the death rattle of that kind of.
Yeah, because the cop is sort of like, "Oh, darn it, my."
That was the one thing I disliked in this movie.
The one thing, Nathan. Everything else was A+ for you.
Look, a B+ is passing, is above average. You're a teacher; you should know that.
Fair enough.
So speaking of the part where they burn down the State Department of Geology and everything in it, and they assassinate that poor man with the Molotov cocktails, they're trapped in an elevator, and the elevator ropes get burned by the fire. Surely that's not capable of happening. Surely elevator ropes.
No, it's just regular.
Are not flammable.
It's regular twine.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to be made of something that's not flammable.
Hey, it's San Francisco, so it's hemp twine, okay?
Yeah, it's
organic.
It's one of those new recyclable
single origin
elevators.
Yeah. It's sustainable, okay?
But then I love that he like leaves her. He leaves her twice, dangling from a precipice. Like he leaves her dangling from the elevator shaft while it like flames are engulfing her, and he's like, "I'll be back."
It's
and
a
then
power
he leaves
move.
her again.
It's important in the beginning of a relationship.
Part of spending time together is spending time apart.
Right. You've got to establish the power dynamic at the beginning of the relationship.
Oh boy. Yes, but I did like that part. I was like, yay, an escape, something. Because I was like really confused at that point how the geology was coming into play. And because I was trying to figure out the plot. And I got that he was going to sink Silicon Valley and flood it and get rid of all the microchips.
Which, let me say, doing that today, based. I'm for it. We should currently get in a big blimp and we should flood Silicon Valley and wash it all away. Max
Zorin deserves like a Thanos meme, right?
I think today he's woke. He gets it. He is he is on the correct side of history.
So that ties into what our bonus question is going to be for the after show, where members get a little extra chit chat. So just to be prepared, I'm going to ask you what your Bond villain plot would be in this day and age to right the wrongs of society.
Oh, darn. Well, I'm going to have to get creative because that was my plan.
Oh, well, we blew it. We blew it for the listeners. Okay. Also, can you suck air out of I just had a Mythbusters.
Yeah, that was one of those things that I always,
is it breathable air in there?
I know just it's compressed air. It is just air. So but I do think there was 3 things from this movie in particular that they tested in Mythbusters just because it's so out of control. As I was looking at it, I was like, is this a Mythbusters episode? I'm pretty sure they did that. I couldn't tell you what the result is, but
I know they did several. James Bond.
Yeah. This movie in particular, I think, had a couple.
But Zoe, my 20-year-old daughter, was in the room for that part, and she was just like, no, I don't think that can happen. I don't think you can just suck the air out of a tire underwater. And I was like, well, it is James Bond, so he's got to be tricky. But that seemed more Mission Impossible-y to me. Tom Cruise would just hold his breath for the entire time he needed to.
He's a superhuman, so no worries there. To go back to the gadgets part of it, I think what I think really makes the Bond series special in particular, yes, it's the gadgets, but I think it's also it's great locations, it's neat cars, it's fancy dress suits, it's places you can't see. It kind of is this bigger than life, look into this other thing. And going to San Francisco and driving a regular Ford car up to a regular house to meet a civil servant in San Francisco, it's just not hitting the same, it just doesn't have the juice. It's just what am I watching here?
Well, for you, you're an American, but for other people, it's an exotic locale.
That's what they should see. Don't look at this. This is not.
I'm sure that's why they put in all the horse stuff. Is that they needed more of a travel log.
Oh, for sure.
So they've got this chateau, this real, this super super mega expensive chateau with all the horses and things like that. That for sure was to kind of give it some balance.
I did love those. Speaking of that ordinary car he's driving, it gets literally cut in half, and I think his ass is scraping the ground because he's on 2 wheels.
Yeah,
and just the front of the car.
That's also in the camp category. Thank you.
Well, it would have been great if it was an Aston Martin that they cut in half, so you're really feel the burn. But he's just stealing an ordinary car from an ordinary man.
It's a $600 car. Yeah, no big deal. And just again, I think it's any individual thing in this movie. I agree, Nathan. Does fit in the oeuvre of this era of James Bond. But the sum of it together, it just is there's something's missing here, right? It's we forgot to add salt to anything in any dish. It's just there's nothing bringing all the flavors together.
Speaking of the gadgets again, though, there was one part where I was delighted when they had a razor that turned into a bug finder, like a bug sweeper, that found
Cool.
the listening device, and then they played a recording of him berating his manservant.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to talk about Sir Godfrey Tibbett.
Oh boy, I want to see the 3-hour recording session that Bond and this guy had to do before to be like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. Now we're gonna fight, okay? And at the end of this, they're like planning out this like 3-hour improv scene that they're gonna do.
It was an
where they
improv
just
mono
riddle.
scene.
So I love this guy so much. So Sir Godfrey Tibbett is played by the gentleman who was in the original Avengers. I'm sure
okay.
I had it up. So he was
Iron Man, yeah.
Yeah, he was the So the one with Ray Fiennes and Uma Thurman remake, British TV show where he had gadgets but didn't have a gun. So he was a famous TV. He was Roger Moore, a TV version of Roger Moore. But they're going undercover, and his character is, basically the decision. So he's like a full on knighted. His character Sir Godfrey is knighted, and he's like a horse expert, and he's in on, the secret intelligence. So he's in the know. He's got like his own thing, but their backstory is that James Bond is going to run him down and torment him at all opportunities. That's their characters.
Yeah.
And even when they're alone, he goes like, "Is this necessary?" And he's like, "Well, we have to. It's good for our backstory."
We're still in this mono scene. We're doing slow patient improv.
I don't break character, okay?
Yeah. Any scene, and he's a great actor. Any scene that he was in, like, I was feeling his pain because everyone is shitting on him.
Yeah.
It's the fun hijinks we come to expect in the James Bond franchise.
But it's funny that it's like, no, the entertainment of this character or of this section is that James Bond's gonna keep shitting on a guy we like.
Yeah. And then he gets killed. He gets killed unceremoniously in a car wash.
Yeah.
The big menace that we have this day. Although that not the most embarrassing kill. The most embarrassing kill is the guy that he meets in Paris.
Oh, yeah.
Eating in the Eiffel Tower. Gets a fake butterfly with a little barb on his cheek that ends his life.
Dies.
I don't think at the funeral they're going to be mentioning that part of it. Well, he was deep undercover protecting our national interest, and a little fake butterfly ended his life. He was good at his job, though.
And Grace Jones has a fishing pole. She has a long fishing pole, which she then later uses to bash at Roger Moore.
He gets caught up in that fishing pole line for 4 minutes. It's like a real hurdle struggle in this chase scene. And I'm like, boy, if you could slow him down with a little bit of fishing line, we're not seeing top tier James Bond here today.
Yeah.
It was time to make a transition. I do have my own. I wrote down, I think 3 times, he is so old.
Yeah, I wrote it down too. I did have a question though, because the CIA guy that he meets at the fish market, which does he CIA? Does he have to work at the fish market till someone comes and gives him the code? Which if no one else wants soft shell crab, is he showing them state secrets? If someone's just oh, I really have a craving for soft shell crab.
Yes, that's how it works. He has to be there for 20 years until someone activates him.
Yeah.
It really presumes a world that you could go to a butcher shop, an elementary school, a Greyhound bus station, and if you just said the right word to somebody, there's 30% chance they might be a CIA asset. Apparently, because that's where the action is happening for
At the
intelligence
fish market.
operations? What are we paying these people for? We're paying this guy a pension and all this danger pay to sit in a fish market in San Francisco? Get out there and hit the pavement, man. What are you doing here?
Do some work. But he mentions that Zorin was genetically modified with steroids.
Yeah, so he's basically
By a Nazi scientist.
Yeah, he's like a Nazi
BTW.
experiment. Yeah, he's like a Nazi experiment is what he is.
But he didn't seem to have any special skills. He just seemed to have a lot of money.
He had a broken
Like most
brain
Silicon
and a lot
Valley.
of money. Yeah.
Like most people in Silicon Valley. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It tracks. It tracks.
I wanted him to have like super strength or something. But Grace Jones kicks his ass.
Yeah.
He's not winning the hand-to-hand. He just falls off the bridge unceremoniously. Just,
no. Ow. Yeah.
Ow.
Whoopsie doodle.
With his great
weapon at the end, a fire axe that happened to be in his in the blimp. We keeping a lot of sharp objects and blimps as they're flying around. That's regular protocol.
It's not as easy to pop a blimp as you think.
Well, it is easy to tether it to a bridge and stop it from going anywhere. You just need one rope, apparently.
That's the blimp's natural enemy, a bridge.
Yes.
I did like the bridge part, and I liked how easy it was for her to hold on and her sensible pumps that never came off her feet. At any time that she's dangling off a precipice or getting swept away by water or
running from a blimp,
failing to run from a blimp, or hanging off the Golden Gate Bridge, like those are high quality shoes. Because they stayed on her freaking feet the whole damn time. I kept doing shoe checks to be like, is she barefoot yet? Nope.
Well, she's super used to them as her job as state geologist.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And why? And so she's the woman that he met at the horse party, right?
Yes, yes, they met at a horse party.
But then she split because she had the thing. I was thinking like, oh, is this like some sort of like human trafficking, type of thing? Or like, is everybody here? Oh, are they paying for horses? But it's like, oh, there's this like terrible seedy underbelly and everybody here is like a really bad guy. It's like, oh, no, I guess not. They're just all regular rich people buying
folk.
Horses. Okay.
Buying horses who are getting not genetically altered. They're just getting little bursts of steroid injections.
A little bit of adrenaline during a race,
just
by
a little,
remote control.
Pick me up. Just to pick me up.
Maybe I need something like that. I'm sagging in the afternoon, and I can just hit that, and then come in third and
always comes in third.
I'm coming in third.
Hey, I'm setting realistic expectations here, okay?
Exactly.
There was one funny moment too that I wrote down where he holds on to the blimp rope and gets sucked up into the air, and he kicks two cowboy hats off men in a convertible who are just like, whoa, what was that? And then later somehow, oh no, it was in the fire truck race. He is swinging around on a fire truck ladder, and it knocks the camper van off a truck, and there's just two people doing it in the back.
Oh, I mean, if this camper's a rockin', don't come by with a fire truck and knock the camper shell off.
It's called romance, Krissy.
Well, they were all of a sudden like, what's happening?
You got to be on the streets of San Francisco in the hot iron district. Oh, what's that called? The Tenderloin. Out there in the Tenderloin, camper shell. That's the time to be romantic.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you're living life.
You're living your best life.
I also loved how quickly Grace Jones turned on Christopher Walken. Mayday is her name. I kept just writing Grace Jones. Mayday, like she's like, oh, he was going to betray me and kill me. All right, well, I will undo his whole plan and sacrifice myself for you, James Bond, because we totally bone zoned, which that came out of nowhere.
Boy, it sure did.
He was undercover.
As a total sleaze bag. And she's just like, she looks at Christopher Walken and she's like, do I gotta do it with this guy? And he's like, yeah, I think you have to do it with this guy.
You have to do it with this guy. You gotta do it. For my plan. It's not about the horses.
Plan.
I'm gonna get rid of all the places.
But what if there had been horses on the blimp?
Just one horse in the blimp. There should be a getaway horse so that when you land,
getaway horse.
It's just dangling there.
Sneak up on someone with a blimp and you run them over with a horse.
Oh, absolutely.
Can we talk about how awesome that Duran Duran song is, though?
Oh, it's so good. And the credit sequence is top notch with the neon and the black light glowing. And
so that is like in the top 3 of James Bond themes.
Oh, easy. Yeah. I mean, that's when you're coming into the movie and you're like, ignore kind of this goofy Siberia thing. Okay, fine. We're getting through it.
Rough. That one's so
rough. Getting through it. Fine. But we got Duran Duran, we got Glow, we got, we're feeling it, we're rocking with this banger, and then we never, like, even at all the people at the rich people, it's Grace Jonas is the only person who brings any 80s in here. Everything else is so flat. Like, it could have been pretty, and even it being in San Francisco, it could have been, super neon, super electro, super like leaning into that like high fashion world that we just like, it's just like,
yeah, instead of horses, they could have been supermodels.
Something,
getting bursts of steroids to win the runway.
To get to the end, the end of the runway. I came in third.
All right, so let's see what else. So I'm looking at my notes. All right, I'm just gonna read off some of these highlights or some of these notes that I've made without addressing anything. He fell into a perv trap.
Great.
The next note is he's being a total gentleman.
No.
I would like to normalize this age gap, if only for selfish purposes. Let's see what else. This old dude has a monocle! Exclamation point.
I love the monocle. And when the blimp crashes and you think he's like maybe dead, he gets up and he puts on his monocle, and then he blows up the blimp with a bomb. He's like, let's throw a bomb at him. Like he'll just swat it away.
My note is dynamite was a bad choice.
Dynamite is always a bad choice.
And then the last note, in his defense, it is hard to hit someone with a revolver.
Is it? He was a terrible shot.
Yeah, well, you would not do any better.
I don't doubt that I would, but I was not engineered by demonic scientists with steroids.
That was not that was the old man. He was the demonic steroid giver, not the receiver.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's crystal clear.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Jeff, what notes do you have that we haven't hit yet?
It's mostly everything I've talked about. I think the humiliation of having Q at the end in a Winnebago piloting his little robo dog is like
his little canine. It was exactly like Canine from Doctor Who.
Yeah, to like come in and like creep on him in the shower. It's just like, what are we doing?
At this point, he knows what's coming. Yeah, he's prepared.
It's just really slumming it up. It's not a good look for. It's not great. Speaking of Austin Powers, we do get almost the shot for shot remake of the hot tub scene in there with that little tape switch, which, you could see coming a mile away, but like everything in there taken away. And I was like, okay, here we go. We got something, but like, that scene, story-wise, was like, what? Why would that happen? I just it didn't connect to anything. That
we also get the scene where straight out of like Austin Powers, where they're all in all these investors in the meeting room, and then the thing comes up and reveals a intricate, elaborate miniature of the plan, and then one person says, "Yeah, in a blimp," and one person says, "I don't want to be a part of this," and then they chuck him out the door because apparently they forgot that they were in a blimp, and that scene is like those two scenes are 100% in Austin Powers.
The grade A fodder for right for that type of thing. And that's the second model that he has, because he also has a little model in the little hut in the mine of his evil plan.
He does. Yeah.
Which
he has the model guy.
It's the backup model. And
it's the backup model.
Because he has to keep pitching his idea.
You don't think like one of those miners there like looks in like he's filling out his timesheet or something, like talking to the boss, and he's like, "Excuse me, if I'm looking at this accurate model that's lighting up exactly what's going to happen, are you going to destroy? Like my sister lives in San Jose.
Yes.
Like, what are you talking about?
Let me show you the store.
Yeah."
Can't believe they cut that scene out of the movie.
Yeah, I guess so.
Uh-huh.
Oh, boy.
But I love that she used her powers of geology to like figure it all out.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
She was just like, look at these blinking lights. What are they doing with this and that? Like, I figured it out. He's going to flood it.
I feel like she pulls it off 1,000 times better than Denise Richards as a nuclear physicist. In the world is not enough.
Yeah, I've never seen that one, but I believe you. I'm willing to take your word for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next, we're doing The Living Daylights, which that
should be fun.
Yeah,
excited about.
Say goodbye to camp because it's not coming back.
But I want it
for better. Question mark.
This is the anti-camp. So with Timothy Dalton, they decided, he's gotten too silly. Let's be more serious. The problem is that they don't go all the way serious. It's not like Daniel Craig serious. There's still gadgets and stuff, but this is a little more of a more grounded, angry James Bond. So
okay,
yeah,
cool.
But luckily, our third James Bond is the unofficial James Bond. It's kind of a rogue film, but it's James Bond.
Controversial.
They had the legal right to do the character. This is Never Say Never Again, where Sean Connery returns as James Bond. It's actually kind of a remake of Thunderball because they only had so basically it was that Thunderball, the novel was written by two people, and so legally they were able to basically remake Thunderball, and they gave Sean Connery a truckload of cash, and he will also kind of wanted to screw.
I'm excited to see a Sean Connery one, and I'm excited to see Timothy Dalton.
Yes.
I will.
Neither is as campy as this one, but the Sean Connery one is a little more campy than Timothy Dalton for sure.
Excellent. So, on a scale of 1 microchip to 10 microchips, no, you know what? On a scale of 1 racehorse, 10 racehorses.
10 racehorses, okay.
10 racehorses being the best.
Yeah. Okay.
How many racehorses do you give A View to a Kill? Which gets said in the movie. She says, "What of you?" And he goes, "To a kill."
To
and
a
I'm
kill.
like, we said that time.
Yay! We love it. We love to see it.
I did pause several times and disappointingly look at how much time was left and go, how can there be another hour?
Yeah, it really is confusingly structured, I would say, as the way things unfold. But yeah, I agree. Doesn't end where you think it is based on where you start.
No. Right. Yeah, exactly. Snowboarding to canoodling in a shower. So I give this movie 6 racehorses.
Okay.
I would have given it that 7th racehorse if it had more gadgets or more mustache twirling from Christopher Walken. More of that essence that we were getting from him.
Either a watch or a car.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted those things. And I did not get them. So that's why I give it a 6 out of 10.
All right, Jeff,
and I just, maybe James Bond is not for me. I mean, I will find out. It's the summer of Bond. I'm committed to watch at least 2 more. So
I don't
know if this is I don't know if this is. It's like you go to the Brazilian steakhouse. I don't know if you're getting the 3 movies that are going to make you love steakhouses. The 3 cuts of meat.
Yeah, you're kind of this is like going to the Brazilian steakhouse and then you're filling up on salad and you accidentally are eating the urinal cake a little bit. It's not. Don't judge the rest of the food on these mistakes.
I think that there's at least 5 movies that you could do way worse on.
Okay. All right, I'll keep that in mind.
Well, you're going to see the other.
Keep it in my heart.
Yeah. Luckily, we're not covering those. So, yeah.
Well, very good. Okay, so I think in 10 racehorses, I know you guys are steeped in this 80s movie. You guys are subjecting yourselves.
It's kind of our thing.
Yeah. So I feel like I can't judge in a rating system defined by the 1980s as the rubric. So I think what I have to do is assign it to the rubric that I know, which is in the James Bond canon. And so to be clear, this is only pertaining to where I think and how I think it sits in the James Bond canon. This is 3 hands. This is 3 racehorses for me out of 10 racehorses. It is lackluster in the series that I have been watching since I was too young to have started watching them.
I love that for you, though. To be too young to watch something is all we can ask for in life. It makes us who we are.
Oh, it certainly does.
Yep. What do you think, Nathan? I'm ready for a very high score from you. A lot of racehorses.
11 racehorses.
For me, it definitely ramps up. There's a certain degree of nostalgia, and this is based on. So I'm going to give it 8 racehorses.
Okay.
I'm tempted to through social peer pressure to give it less, but I definitely the beginning definitely did not start as 8 racehorses. Looking at my notes, it picked up steam in terms of my enjoyment value. But I feel like with James Bond films, there is there's a chemistry, there's a degree, there's a balance of camp versus how serious I'm taking it, how serious I want it to be, how much I enjoy the camp, how much I hate the camp. I can think of a couple ones that the things that you don't like about this, I exactly feel that way about those.
Okay.
So for me, this one's a lot of fun. This is my favorite Roger Moore one. This is my favorite Roger Moore film. And it's zany in the way that that for me is a silly good time. So it was fun.
All right, great. I had fun watching it. The kids kept coming in and asking if we were done with the TV, and I was like, "No, this movie is still on." And they were like, "How can that be?" And I was like, I had to pause it for 5 minutes because I didn't want to miss anything.
I had to pause and regroup.
I did. I had to take
Collects
a
my
little
brain.
break.
Yeah.
But I love that you love it, Nathan, and I certainly don't want to take away from your enjoyment. I was just I was
Remember, an
expecting
8 is I liked it a lot, not I love
an
it.
8 is I liked it a lot. Yeah. Okay, perfect. So a deep cut recommendation for A View to a Kill. I had so many ideas. I'm gonna save my favorite one for the next James Bond.
That's smart. I'm gonna use mine up.
So I have 3, but one I like the best. So my first one was Mission Impossible 4 Ghost Protocol, because that movie I think is sort of what I was expecting this to be a little more of, like climbing the Burj, what is it called? The
Burj Khalifa.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
With magical magnetic gloves and things like that.
Yeah.
And then I thought when they jump the fire truck over the bridge that's going up, I was like, oh, Speed. Speed will be my deep cut recommendation for famously jumping a bus over an unfinished overpass. But I think I'm going to go with an action movie that has all of the camp, all of the mugging to the camera, and a San Francisco area in danger, and Sean Connery, which is The Rock.
Oh, fun. There's more than
Beautiful.
one film essay about him actually being James Bond, Sean Connery in that
movie. Yeah, I think so. I love that. I fully believe it. So I think my
love
deep
those
cut
theories. They're
recommendation
fun.
works. Yeah. What do you think, Jeff? What is your deep cut recommendation?
Well, staying in the James Bond thing, there was a podcast that came out several years ago. I don't think they're currently going on anymore, but it was it's called Just Bonding, or James Bonding.
Oh no, that's my deep cut
no,
too. It's all right. Let's
have a second.
Let's do a joint. We're gonna do a joint recommendation. Let's both talk about it. Let's cooperate like those two in the hot tub.
Yes, I think it's a great. It's just one of these great podcasts where you're just like,
they're entertaining.
Let me go deep dive. I love my favorite part is always when they find the alternate songs for James Bond.
Yes.
So play those in the research.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Krissy, you probably know both the hosts, Matt Gorley, who's on Conan, and then Matt Myra, who is on the Nerdist.
Oh, I do know both of them, and I've heard of that podcast.
Yes,
and I asked at a stand-up show with Matt Myra. I've never seen a James Bond movie. Which ones should I watch first? And I think he recommended Dr. No.
Yeah, that's great.
And then I didn't watch it.
So yeah, and then honestly, also he is huge for the Pierce Brosnan ones that I hate the most. I like Pierce Brosnan, but like the last couple of ones that he did are just not my favorite.
I think it's interesting how Bond fans, like, you can have such, like, there's not consensus in the community. You know, I think in like a lot of fandoms, like you can arrive.
It's like arguing Doctor Who's as well. It really depends on like who you first got into, and then it calibrates what you expect from the series.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
The other, if I could throw in another recommendation, kind of going in the James Bond thing, a movie called Man from U.N.C.L.E., which I think, like, to me, captures the like window dressing that James that like a good Bond movie should have, but it's just not called. It's not Bond related at all. So that might be one to kind of check out. I think is it who's
is it Henry Cavill?
Yeah, Henry Cavill and Armie Hammer.
Which mileage may vary.
He's only half the characters though. But yeah, it's I've heard good things. I haven't seen it. It's based off of a TV show, but that's cool because I've kind of been on the fence on that one in terms of wanting to check it out. But I think you've convinced me to
it's worth it just to kind of see what the world would be like in a like opening it up to like taking the like the essential ephemera of it and trying to plug it into something else or make it similar.
Right.
Successor. So those
basically wasn't the idea that it was both a CIA and a KGB operative working together?
Yes.
Okay.
And so it's got some fun stuff like that, and some cool action set pieces and stuff.
That's cool.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being here with us at the end. Jeff, thank you for being a fabulous guest and coming back to us again. I have no doubt we'll ask you back in the short-term future. What can people listen to if they want to hear more Jeff Frank in their lives?
Krissy, Nathan, I want to thank you guys again. Always a joy to do this podcast with you guys. My true honor to be here talking about any movie at all with you. Now, two things you could do. I'm on a very fun role-playing game podcast where we play Dungeons and Dragons called Knights of the Rolled Table. And we're in the last part of our kind of final arc that we're doing for the current characters and everything. So that'll be wrapping up in the next few months here. So 7 seasons of that to go. And I will be performing at Improv Con with a group called Messy Avocado. That's coming up in August. And you should come and check out Improv Con, which happens in San Diego in August.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'll be there. I will be teaching a workshop called The Spark of Short Form.
I'll be there.
Yeah. Nice. Excellent. Wonderful. And I highly recommend Knights of the Rolled Table. It is a gosh darn delight. So high recommend for that. Nathan, where can people find your filmmaking endeavors? And what if they want to give you money? Can they give you money? I don't know. I know we're not in that phase yet, but
the only if you're looking to give me money, the best way is to rent or buy my movie on Amazon.
Excellent.
But Squishy Studios is the best place to check out my stuff. SquishyStudios.com.
Excellent. And it's all worth checking out. And please do rent or buy. Just buy the last movie ever made. You're going to want to watch it more than once, I promise.
I'm sure it's on sale at this point. Yeah.
And you can find me on Gank That Drank, a supernatural drinking game, which is also a product of True Story FM, available where all podcasts are distributed. It is a drinking game for each of our favorite episodes of our favorite show, Supernatural, where we recap the episodes for you, tell you how the drinking game rules played out, and then we make up rules for the next one. And if you're still here at the end, God bless you. It means you want more. It means you want to know what Nathan, Jeff, and Krissy would do if we were Bond villains. And for that, you need the bonus content. And to get the bonus content, you must become a member at True Story FM. You just click on the cute little button that says join here, and you get every episode a week early, ad-free, and with extra special bonus content at the end. So please do that. It helps support the pod. If you want to support the pod without spending any money, like, rate, review, subscribe, thumbs up, tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell your favorite racehorse enthusiast who may or may not be using microchips to win races. And let them know about the pod. We love you so much. And when you're out there in the world, please keep the most excellent 80s movies motto in mind. Be excellent to each other and party on, dudes. I love how that's getting longer and longer for us there at the end.
Who's gonna stop? I don't know. So tired.
It would just be a tone poem at the end. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, exactly. That's all we need is more poetry. More poetry in our podcast.
Get your racehorses spayed and neutered, everybody.
Yes.
And don't put adrenaline pills in them, please. Please stop putting adrenaline microchips in them.
Poor Pegasus. He really was put through a lot.